Madison Police Department is organizing a peace walk tomorrow to address the effects of gun violence in our community.
A near homicide occurred on Northport Drive in March, and shots fired on Blaine Drive in April caused a lockdown at Mendota Elementary School. And the ripple effect of those events can be long-lasting, especially for young people. Neighborhood Resource Officer David Dexheimer and Northport Packers Neighborhood Officer Alex Nieves Reyes are organizing the peace walk. Was that okay? Was it close?
98%, I think.
Great to see you both.
99%.
Thank you for coming. David, tell me a little bit about this idea.
Well, I am happy to do that. Thanks for having us on. But the genesis of it was really Alex's brainchild. She recognized, I think, first that there's all this fallout from violence in our communities that people can't get away from. It seems like it's always there. And when we come to one of these shootings, shots fired, that sort of thing, we come and investigate. It's very easy to recognize who the initial victim is, but sometimes we miss that collateral damage or that secondary trauma that occurs. And so that's where Alex stepped in and really got this thing rolling.
Alex, it's such a great idea.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
I mean, you're in the Northport neighborhood, but this gun violence spreads throughout the city, unfortunately.
Across America.
That's right.
So, yeah. But what was the point where you said, okay, that's enough, let's do something about this?
Well, we were meeting with other leaders of the community, and they were talking about, I mean, what do we have, a gun problem and things like that? It's like, well, it's more than a gun problem. It has a lot to do with everything, We look at the statistics and the shootings, and they don't all have the same MO. So what we're looking at is like, then what's happening? So when we look back at shootings or the homicide that happened about a year ago, and we're looking at the kids that were present, they didn't have time to heal. And how can we do better for other kids in the community?
So that's the ripple effect of the trauma that you're talking about. That
Correct.
Long after the event is over, it still lingers with youth,
Correct.
Especially.
Yeah, and I mean, you see it now in employers. Employers recognize that they have to deal people with, crisis-informed, trauma-informed.
Right.
So this is the same thing, but we have to start earlier with our children. But how do we do that? Right? Because all the resources are there. They've been there forever. How do we get people to go to these resources, utilize them, and feel comfortable using them?
And most of the time, David, it's bad actors shooting at each other, but it's the collateral damage, it's the psychological damage, it's the spray bullets.
Right.
And that's a real problem.
And it is across the community. No place has been immune to it. The concentration of our young people, though, in some of we call the Northport corridor, there's a number of apartment complexes, and each one has had a number of these incidents, and those kids don't have a chance to get away from it after it's over with. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. So the event tomorrow is intended to bring the service providers together with kids and their families. We're hoping we get moms and dads and kids to turn out for this. Service providers, like Alex said, are always there, but we want to have it be more informal, more intimate, more personal, and get a chance to know each other on that basis.
And the men and women in blue are the good guys.
Right.
They need to know that too.
But one thing I want to point out, while we're here in uniform, and I see our logo behind us, we're just the foot soldiers here. This is really a community event. This is the service providers, our community partners that are stepping forward to offer those services. Focused Interruption Coalition, Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, all those folks are going to be there. We're just trying to make sure that we get the turnout to make it a success.
And again, anyone in the city is invited. You don't have to be in the Northport neighborhood. Keep up the great work.
What a great idea.
Great idea.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Residents invited to walk, to march, or ride to the Warner Park Community Center 3 p.m. tomorrow. Parents will have an opportunity to meet people from area service providers in the casual setting. As we mentioned, the event runs until 6. Free refreshments will be provided.
And the weather looks good, so it should be a great day. Thank you for coming, both of you. Great to see you.
Thank you both.